standing here with a special treat for all of you, and we here have Jack, which is the mind and brains behind CES. Can you tell us a little overview about the show and how it's changed over the years?
Well, of course, in the early days, we're talking about the 1960s, and before that, there wasn't any need for a trade show. There were only 10 American companies controlled 90% of the business, all during the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. And also there was two-step distribution, meaning the manufacturer never sold the retailer. He had to sell a middleman. So they would go to a private showing of RCA, the distributors throughout the United States, then they would show the dealers they were their customers. But that all changed with the distribution in the 1960s. Also, the transistor came in, a new technology from the vacuum tubes, and started proliferating our product, which was only a radio, a TV, and a phonograph. That's all we had. So those two things converged, and then something else happened. The Japanese wanted to make their beachhead in America, and they needed distribution. They needed to see dealers, and a trade show brings that. So in 1967, we started the first show. It was in New York. It was only 200 exhibitors. There are 2,500 at this show. It was only 100,000 net square feet. Today, there are 1.6 million square feet, and we had 15,000 attendees, buyers and sellers, the whole show. And we thought that was a lot. Today, 150,000 will be at this show, of course. And what this show brings is a chance for a small booth, a guy with a 10 by 10 booth, or Sony or Panasonic with 50,000-foot booth, to have the image of their company shown. Dealers come and say, "Whoa, am I glad to be a Panasonic dealer or a Sony dealer?"
These booths are extravagant.
Right.
I've never seen anything like this.
And that brings the image of your company. Even if you have a 10 by 10 booth, here's my company. And then here are my people that show their executives off, because the retailer never gets to get the president of Sony or president of Panasonic. So that's very efficient for that to do. And then they get to see product all in one place, instead of a rep going around and showing them out of a catalog. That's what a trade show is all about. But this show is much more than just the trade. It is all the government, senators, congressmen, staff are here to show the problems that we have with legislation. You have every allied industry. The motion picture is here in depth. Executives, the cable companies, the broadcasters are all here. And because we are converging, we're also dependent upon each other to have software and hardware together. And that's important. And then we've got the press. This show will attract 6,000 press like yourself, individual people. Super Bowl doesn't bring but 2,000. The Democratic Convention has 2,500. Nothing rivals this show. And therefore, this show reaches out to the public and hypes our business. It promotes our business. So that's the point of the trade show. And of course, at this show, we're looking at a whole new dimension of a wireless digital world. Finally, everything is converging. We now have,
I've seen some great stuff at this show. I haven't even covered the whole show yet. I don't even think I will be able to visit 2,500 booths.
This show. This is digital. This is a Swiss Army knife of electronics. It is a camera. It is a cell phone. It is an MP3 player. It plays video, DVD fed down, and it is a computer to get on the internet. So it's
portable, compact, that's all you need.
AM and FM radio, everything. There's our industry in the palm of your hand.
Right.
And so this is not only technology for now, to come to market right now or come this year. It's technology. We're looking at emerging technology to come in 5 years. It's like the latest car will be out in 5 years. So that's what this show is bringing.
Well, I'm definitely glad to be here. It's my first time, and I'll be back for many more years.
Great.
Thank you very much, Jack.